You won't want to miss that. 4 Eastern and on NFL.com and 5 o'clock on NFL Network. Say bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
Oakland, California, home of Thursday Night Football as we kick off Week 7 in the NFL with an AFC West rivalry. It's the Chiefs and the Raiders on Thursday nights. And could the fate of the Raiders hang on that man, Khalil Mack, the reigning Defensive Player of the Year, looking to right the ship as the Raiders take on one of the top offenses in the AFC?
Week 7 begins. With Kansas City fresh off its first loss of the season, is there now a blueprint for taking down the AFC's top team? Meanwhile, following 4 straight losses, will Derek Carr and the Raiders return to form as they welcome their division rivals to Oakland? And with so many talented young stars squaring off tonight, who will rise to the occasion beneath the Thursday night lights? That's all ahead on TNF Game Day, presented by KFC.
4 quarters of total domination. Cowboys! Cowboys!
All eyes on me. Revving it up. Getting started. Time to press play. Plugging it in. Level 10 through the earth. All eyes on me. All eyes on me.
Welcome to TNF Game Day, presented by KFC.
The black hole out front of Oakland Coliseum where Raiders Nation is ready for a big win here in the AFC West. Welcome to the Bay Area, everyone. I'm Amber Theo Harris along with our Hall of Famers Marshall Falk and Michael Irvin and Steve Mariucci, whose home is just 40 miles from where we are, just across the bay, right, Mooch?
Right over that way. 5 miles as a crow flies.
Yeah, but in San Francisco traffic, it's about an hour. But we are getting close to game time here, and it's an exciting matchup in the AFC West. The Chiefs looked unbeatable through the first 5 weeks, but things changed Sunday versus the Steelers. The Chiefs' explosive offense was held in check as Kareem Hunt and company were unable to get anything going on the ground, while Alex Smith struggled to get any big plays down the field. This was an offense that was scoring 32 points a game. They come up with just 13 against the Steelers. And so, Mooch, the question is, did we see anything in that Steelers game? Did they exploit anything or expose anything that we'll see this Raiders team use tonight?
Amber, they really did, and the Steelers exposed the Chiefs' defense by running power football against base, against nickel, against dime for 194 yards and chewing up a lot of clock, keeping Alex Smith on the sidelines. And the Chiefs' offense, too, was exposed a little bit. Alex Smith felt victim of pressure. Let me show you some next-gen stats presented by Amazon Prime here. The first 5 games, Alex Smith was just lighting it up against pressure. He was 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, 143 passer rating. He says, yeah, blitz me, pressure me, I can slice you up. But against the Steelers, he was only 1 of 9. He completed 1 pass, Mike, for 29 yards with a 40 passer rating. So you're talking about a guy, hey, they got to him. Some of them were zone blitzes. Some of them were 4-man rushes. Some of them were 3-man rushes and fooled them. But when you have a quarterback that's an MVP candidate that is on his back many times during a game, man, that's how you expose this offense, Mike.
And they tackled well. They got the guy on the ground. You talked about the zone blitzes. What you're used to doing is blitzing and then giving the ball to Tyreek Hill or Kareem Hunt, and he's breaking all big plays. They stopped all of that, only 21 yards rushing for Kareem Hunt. They stopped it all, and that means they took the S off Alex Smith's chest and took him from being Superman back to Clark Kent without those big plays. He needs those big plays to be Superman.
Can the Raiders do that? Can the Raiders do the same thing?
And that's what it comes down to. Amber, I don't believe that they exposed
anything. There's always that one team.
There's always that one team.
There's always that one team, and if history shows that they have not been able to beat this team, the Kansas City Chiefs, they cannot beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. There's no recipe. Nothing was exposed. They just went out there. They didn't play their game. Pittsburgh, they were in a desperate situation. Pittsburgh got the win. Let's settle down and get back on the right track.
You're saying the Raiders can't hold them 21 yards rushing?
Well, I'm glad you said that. I'm not even worried about the Raiders holding them. I'm worried about the Raiders scoring. Because as of right now, in rush offense, you're 24th in the league. Pass offense, you're 27th in the league. Crunch those two up, that makes you the 30th ranked offense in the league.
Yeah, but we got some remedies from for the Raiders. We're going to fix the Raiders in a minute. If you guys just keep watching, we will fix these Raiders for you in a minute.
We will be handing out prescriptions coming up a little bit later in the show, but for certain the Chiefs have dominated the Raiders over the past year or so, and it has been a tough couple of weeks for the Raiders. After their 2-0 start, the Raiders have lost their last 4 games, and the offense has taken some major steps backwards. The offense isn't scoring at the same rate, and their yards per game is down by more than 150 per game. The turnovers have also skyrocketed during their current slide. To make matters worse, Derek Carr missed week 5 with a back injury, and some still wonder if he's back to 100%. So with that said, let's head down to the field where we find Deion Sanders and Bill Cowher. Hey, Deion, how do these Raiders get back on track?
Well, that's an interesting question. Coach, I would venture to say let's start off with Marshawn Lynch. I mean, Marshawn Lynch did not sign up for what he's doing right now. He has not forgotten how to run the football. He still hits the whole hard. He still presses the whole hard. He's still the same guy. But this offensive line, they're not the same, and you cannot teach physicality. Physicality is in you, and these guys had it last year. This year they don't. Then you Amari Cooper on the outside. How are you a premier and profound receiver in the NFL, and you lead the league in drops? I don't understand it. The quarterback is still the same. The line is not the same. The receiver is not the same. You got a couple guys. Crabtree is consistent. Derek Carr is pretty consistent. But and Marshawn Lynch, he's still a banger. But these guys, overall, they're just not clicking in whole as a team.
And, you know, if it's not broke, don't fix it. You know, the only thing that did change, one person that did change was the offensive coordinator. That is Todd Downing. And so I think one of the recipes he can just look to is look at a struggling offense. What did they do? The Pittsburgh Steelers were struggling. 5 interceptions by Ben the previous week. They come out against Kansas City last week, and they run the football. And I think when you look at this offensive line of the Oakland Raiders, they've had trouble protecting the quarterback. They've had trouble sustaining blocks in the running game. And, you know, so I look at it from that standpoint. Mike Tice happened to walk by right before we came on, and he really didn't stop much. He kind of had one of those scowls on his face. So I think right now you're going to see a healthier Derek Carr. And on the other side of the ball, they've got issues on the inside linebacker. Navarro Bowman, who was just signed this week, is going to start the game tonight along with another rookie. And you're talking about offense to prepare for in 4 days. This Kansas City offense averaging 29 points a game, a lot of smoke and mirrors, formations, motions, a tough team to prepare for. But I'll tell you what, it's desperate times right now for the Oakland Raiders. They need to play with some desperation today.
They're going against a quarterback who hadn't thrown a pick all season versus a team who hadn't made a pick all season. I'm going to let Lynn know that, Amber. Back to you.
Thanks, Deion. Nearly 10 days ago, Northern California was hit with wildfires that raced across 4 counties and did unspeakable damage. Firefighters are expected to have the fires fully contained in the coming days. That's only after thousands of people were evacuated as over 3,500 structures burned. It's expected to take 5 to 10 years to fully rebuild what was lost. The Oakland Raiders pledged $1 million for the North Bay fire relief and recovery efforts, which will be facilitated by American Red Cross. Fans who would like to contribute can do so via the Raiders-specific microsite at www.redcross.org/Raiders-pub. Much more to come from Oakland Coliseum as we get you ready for Thursday night football. It is the Chiefs and the Raiders from Oakland.
TNF Game Day is presented by KFC's $10 chicken share. It's finger-licking good. And brought to you by Amazon Prime.
Nothing gets a family's full attention like my freshly prepared chicken. The delicious KFC $20 fill-up with 8 pieces of extra crispy chicken and sides will surely get your kids off their phones. And they may even look at you, their loving parent. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Welcome back to Oakland, where we are getting ready for Thursday night football between the Chiefs and the Raiders. And taking a look now at Kareem Hunt, who is on the field getting ready for work. In just 6 short weeks, the rookie has already established himself as one of the best running backs in the NFL. It has been quite the year for the running back out of Toledo.
Kareem Hunt, the all-time leading rusher in UT history. Kareem Hunt breaks free.
Kareem Hunt's having a day.
I had to prove that I could play with the best of the best.
With the 86th pick, the Kansas City Chiefs select Kareem Hunt, running back.
Stretching out for the pylon, Kareem Hunt. Welcome to the National Football League.
I love this game, and that's what I do.
Grinding, touchdown. He will not be denied. Fabulous play by the rookie. The NFL's new phenom, rookie Kareem Hunt.
It's tough to imagine a better start to an NFL career than that of Kareem Hunt. 6 games played, over 100 yards from scrimmage in all of them. The only player in NFL history to accomplish that feat. A couple of guys with Hall of Fame credentials have come close. With more on how the Chiefs have been using their rookie running back, let's send it to the field. Take it away, Mooch.
Okay, it's time to welcome in the Fremont High School Tigers, right, Coach Ford?
Yes, sir. Yes,
How's the
sir.
season going for it?
Man, season's excellent, man. I couldn't complain, man.
What's your record?
We 6-0 right now.
6-0, guys. Who's next? Who's next this week?
We have Oakland Tech.
Can you get them?
We can get them.
Well, let's get them, all right, guys?
Yeah.
Thanks for coming over. All right, we're going to demo something that the Kansas City Chiefs do, okay, with this Kareem Hunt kid?
Yeah.
All right, can you help us out? Sure. All right, let's get to your spots. Ready? Right.
Let's go. On up.
I need a quarterback. Who's my quarterback? Okay, good. Now, you guys remember in the preseason, Spencer Ware got hurt. Whoa, that was a big injury. Not to worry, because the kid they drafted from Toledo, Marshall, in the 3rd round named Kareem Hunt happens to be leading the league in rushing and scrimmage yards. It's amazing. And the catches that he's making is not just checkdowns and screens, it's some up-the-field throws. Marshall, you're familiar with up-the-field throws from the backfield, right?
I am. And the play that they ran against the Patriots, it was textbook. I mean, what they did was they put the linebacker in a compromising position. They got the safety on the island with the go route, crossing route, and it was Kareem Hunt and the inside linebacker one-on-one.
Goodbye.
This play is a play that I loved running, and we're going to show you guys exactly how this play works and why this play works. You guys ready? You ready, QB? Let's go.
Okay.
As we go, he takes the linebacker. I have the seam. This guy has to decide, is he going to take the go route over here or me? The throw happens right about here. Woo!
Odell Beckham.
And when you come here, this safety cannot touch you. There's another safety over here. If the throw don't pull you too far in, you hit your head on the goalpost. I did it to you, Mooch.
I know, I can't remember that. Okay, but listen, so today, I can't wait, or tonight, you got Navarro Bowman. They got him from the San Francisco 49ers. Huh? He's going to be starting that linebacker, and I can't wait to see if this Raider defense can stop and slow down Kareem Hunt.
Mooch, there's another pretty good running back in this game tonight. Time for a high school flashback. There's Marshawn Lynch at Oakland Coliseum, mind you. He's been going beast mode since he was a teen, rushing for over 2,000 yards and 33 touchdowns as a senior at nearby Oakland Tech. Play football and USA Football aim to give kids a safe and rewarding experience on the field at all levels of youth football. High school players, we want to see your best every week. Share your game highlights using the hashtag Let's Play Football. And the best of the best make it into our top high school plays of the week. Here are the best high school plays from last week.
Kyle Zawadzki scrambles around before launching a backwards pass for the touchdown. Zachary Bernard drops into coverage and makes a one-handed interception before rumbling in for 6. Rashad Kawaja shows off by reaching around the defender to make an insane one-handed catch. Clarkstown North's PAT nearly ends in disaster before Ryan Cox catches a throwback and breaks multiple tackles for the 2-point conversion.
Coach Michael Peters Peters from McClymonds High School is the Raiders Coach of the Week. Coach Peters, the father of Chiefs cornerback Marcus Peters, has the Warriors off to a 6-0 start after winning the Division 5A High School Football State Championship a year ago. And his son will be playing here tonight, and there's the quarterback, Alex Smith, getting ready for action. His Chiefs looking to go 6-1. What a year it has been so far for the Kansas City Chiefs. Not at home for Thursday night football? No problem. Watch live primetime games with NFL Mobile, only from Verizon.
Some Thursday night football. Yeah. NFL Network. NFL Network. Well, let's get it then. PM. Perfect, right? Football on a Thursday night. Bright light shining heavy. I see the NFL Network in sight. I mean, I can't think of nobody better if we're talking names. Who's better, man? Than Michael Irvin and Marshall Faulk from the Hall of Fame. Hey. And it's facts on facts on facts with Steve Mariucci on the set. Yeah. I mean, who know the game like a 9-year NFL coaching vet? So when it's third and long, this show is more than a good call. The network for the NFL. Thursday night football. Game time. Yeah.
Week 7 kicking off here in Oakland, and there is Derek Carr. He's taking the field in his second game back. After missing Week 5 with a back injury, his Raiders are looking to snap that 4-game losing streak at home here in Oakland tonight. It's often said that reaching the NFL represents the summit of a football career. But for Mark Pattison, a former Raiders wide receiver who spent 4 years in the league, reaching the league was the opening act of a wide-ranging life adventure.
I love being in the mountains for all the serenity and the peace and really being able to clear your mind in the right way. And the best thing about it is you don't get hit by 250-pound linebackers. I got drafted by the Los Angeles Raiders, and I can remember going down to our first spring training. Jim Plunkett was the quarterback, Marcus Allen was the running back, Howie Long was the D lineman, Lyle Alzado, all these legendary guys I had seen 2 years ago in the Super Bowl. And I said to myself, if I ever died, this is what heaven would be like. I played in the NFL for 5 years. At the very end, I got cut, and I just knew it was my time to move on and do other things. Life after football has been a journey. I started a company, and then I got married, and we had kids, and years down the road, I ran into a very difficult time. I was going through a separation with my wife, and it was just in a very lonely place. And so I kept asking the question, how did I get here? And one day I changed that mindset to, what am I going to do about it? I decided to become the first NFL player to climb the 7 summits. The 7 summits are the 7 highest peaks on each continent. I did the first one, then became the second, then the third, and then some momentum started to happen. And next thing I know, I'm more than halfway there, and I have 3 to go, which are Denali, Mount Everest, and Vinson. I got pushed back on Denali in Alaska last year. We ran into minus 60-degree temperatures on top. And so my life and limb and fingers and toes were more important, so I'm going to go back again next May and attempt that mountain. I get butterflies when I first get to the mountain, just like I did in the NFL. You get up in front of a mountain, and it's pretty intimidating. You know, it's staring down at you, and there's got a lot of dangers up there, and you don't know exactly what you're getting into. But as soon as you start taking that first step, then all the flies go away, and you're ready to go. The whole thing with all of us that we need to do, those guys that played in the NFL, is to go out and just rechannel that same effort, that same energy into finding something that you're really purposeful about. Those things that are going to get you out of bed in the morning. And I'm so glad the mountains have done that for me.
Should Pattison complete the 7 summits, he'll become the first NFL player to do so, while his former team, the Raiders, is looking to begin the climb back into AFC West contention. And Marshawn Lynch might be the one to help them do it here in his hometown of Oakland, California. Will the Raiders feed beast mode against the Chiefs? The Raiders Raiders are in need of some fixing, and we have some doctors with some prescriptions. We have lost it here in Oakland as we are getting ready for Thursday Night Football.
Coming up on TNF Game Day.
So let's get crazy.
The NFL's top-rated passer.
And Alex Smith fires a dart.
And its leading rusher.
He's got a touchdown!
Race into Oakland. Find out how the Chiefs have engineered one of the league's most explosive offenses. Plus, which Raiders defender is the key to slowing Alex Smith and company as they invade Oakland? And after 4 losses in as many weeks, is the season at stake tonight for the Silver and Black?
Not like we're going out there and trying not to make it happen.
Answers ahead when TNF Game Day, presented by KFC, returns.
4 years off the team, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. My Chiefs family gave me an overwhelming amount of support.
When they decided to do pink, after that caught on, I think it's really important because people now identify with that.
Not just being at breast cancer, but for all cancer, man, that's huge.
You know, through awareness, knowledge, research, I think that we can all attack this together.
Bucket List is brought to you by KFC. Because no matter what year it is, fried chicken and football are a winning combination.
Sports. Chicken. Wait. Sports chicken.
Time for the Bucket List, presented by KFC.
Finally, Marshawn Lynch gets to play for his hometown team.
This is a team that's on a mission. They're going to be a threat. I'm just telling you right now.
We get Beast Mode 3. I'll take over.
Lynch. Touchdown, Raiders. Beast Mode is alive.
Derek back, pressured. He's going to get sacked.
Lynch goes to the outside, and they slam him down.
In trouble again. He reached for his back as he was falling down.
Oh, boy, Jim. Oh, no.
Fumbled the ball. Jimmy Smith's going to go back in for a touchdown.
They kind of have an identity crisis going on.
Derek Carr intercepted. The ball is knocked away by Bosa. Carr lands and it's picked off.
Raiders have lost 4 in a row.
Nobody here tonight expected the Raiders to have only 2 wins. Things certainly have not gone according to plan. Is there time to fix it? Luckily, we found some medical professionals to help us out. I guess Berkeley's giving out doctor degrees. Dr. Mooch?
Well, apparently, people, we are all doctors, okay? You don't look like a doctor, Michael. Hey, guys, the Raiders have lost 4 games in a row. Something's wrong. Something's wrong, guys. So I would like us to give a diagnosis as to what the problem is, but you got to fix it. You got to fix it with a prescription, Dr. Falk. Yes. What do you have?
Let me see. Let's think about this Raiders offense. Let's start with them. If you take a look at it, they're scoring 6 less points than last season. They have 30 less rush yards than last season. 80 less pass yards. They only have 55 plays of 10 yards. That's 3rd fewest in the league.
Wow, they're sick.
Oh, man. I sense a lack of continuity because the new offensive coordinator. Derek Carr's having issues. The whole offense is having issues.
Well, give us
Has anybody seen that guy Cooper? We're supposed to be hanging with him. Yeah. But we haven't. But I have something for them.
You have a prescription?
Here's what I have. You want some plays? You want some big plays? I got big plays for you.
Come on, man.
Mr. Downing, this playbook is for
Louis
you.
playbook. I hated that. I hated that in this playbook. It's the greatest show on turf. Okay.
What do you got, Coach?
Well, Dr. Mooch has Derek Carr. I'm looking at Derek Carr. And when I look at Derek Carr's file here, oh boy, I see that he has average time to throw 2.7 seconds. That's it. That's not enough time, and he's been sacked 9 times already. You know what? That's a diagnosis. The prescription, you know what we need? We need some protection, Dr. Falk. We need some protection. So he's going to have protection right here.
That's what we need.
He's got a broken leg. He's got a broken back. I might get 2 of these and put one on his back, too, because you can't hit that guy. You got to have some protection,
He's only sacked 16 times all the way this season.
So not protecting him
up front. You're protecting his body back here.
I got him protected. I'm going to prescribe two of these. One for the front, one for the back.
You hear that?
Dr. Irv, what do you have?
You're not getting the protection out of the offensive line. You have to put it on the man's body to get him going. Speaking of bodies now, as Dr. Irv, I want to talk to and make sure I fix this man right here, Amari Cooper. Simply one of the best physical receivers in the NFL. We know, folks, that he knows how to play the game shoulders down. So his issue has to be shoulders up. You know what that is? That's a confidence situation. And let me tell you what I got for him here. You see this helmet? Looks like a regular helmet. You see this shield? This is a special shield. On the inside of this shield, it will be playing all Amari Cooper's best plays, his greatest hits from last season when he had 83 receptions and 1,153 yards.
Why don't you put that on?
And let me tell you, when he breaks the huddle and leaves to the line of scrimmage, it's going to be playing his plays and singing a song. You a bad mother brother. You know it. Go show it. You's a bad mother brother. You know it. Go show it. And then he's going to get on the field and show you what he knows. If we get Amari Cooper in, we can win. We just got to get Amari Cooper in. There you go, buddy. A great confident helmet.
There you go. And that's our professional opinion. That's our diagnosis and our prescription. Amber, back to
Not
you.
one of you has a medical degree.
You know it.
But you have some bad mother brothers. I'll give you that much. Make sure to check out the NFL's social platforms to weigh in on who you think will be the TNF difference maker presented by KFC. And Beast Mode taking the field, and Dion, Bill Cowher giving Beast Mode some last-minute tips before his Raiders go for their third win of the year against the Chiefs.
TNF GameDay is brought to you by Amazon Prime and by Pepsi, welcoming you to the fun doesn't end zone.
Good Morning Football, tomorrow at 7, live on NFL Network.
The best players have reached the first final of the year.
Here we go!
Find out who will take home a piece of the $100,000 payday.
Let's go! He pulls it in for the touchdown!
The Madden NFL 18 Classic, Saturday at 10, live on NFL Network.
After nearly a decade of working together in the fight against breast cancer, this year the NFL and American Cancer Society are broadening the scope of their efforts to tackle multiple types of cancer. Learn more about the expanded Crucial Catch initiative and access the Defender, a new digital tool that provides personalized tips on reducing your cancer risk at NFL.com/crucialcatch.
Time for Plot Lines, presented by Geostorm. In theaters tomorrow.
The NFC has been turned on its head over the last week. Aaron Rodgers will more than likely miss the remainder of the season with a broken collarbone. The status of Panthers linebacker Luke Kuechly is up in the air as he suffered another concussion last week against the Eagles. Ezekiel Elliott is eligible to play for at least the next 2 weeks as his 6-game suspension was put on hold yet again. And Adrian Peterson has found new life in the desert as he rushed for 134 yards last week en route to a Cardinals win. So with all that has happened in Week 6 in the NFC, Mooch, which team benefits the most from the shakeup in the NFC?
The big injury in the NFC North was Aaron Rodgers, okay? Let's talk about that one. So when I look at teams that benefit, to me, you got to look into that division, the NFC North. And right now, the Vikings, who beat the Packers, are 4-2, and the Lions are 3-3. I say the Lions benefit the most because they're healthier. The Vikings lost Sam Bradford, Dalvin Cook, and Diggs, and all of a sudden, the Lions, they have no losses in the division right now. They have a veteran quarterback in Matthew Stafford, and right now, they've got to be licking their chops a little bit. You know, no Aaron Rodgers. Brett Hundley's a good player, but he's unproven. So if the Packers do dip, the Lions look like, hey, we can get back into the playoffs.
it will be very easy to take this opportunity to just jump all on the Rams and say, the LA Rams, this is a great opportunity for them. But I'm not going to be a homer.
But it is.
I'm not going to be a homer. I'm not going to be a homer. I'm going to ride with the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, think about it. We see what the Giants are going through. The Cowboys, they seem to be sputtering. And we watch this defense, man. We talk about this offense a lot. Best in the NFL on third down. Their defense is third in the league on third down. They have the second easiest strength of schedule remaining this season. And I believe Carson Wentz right now, he's the front runner for the MVP and how he is playing. Alshon Jeffrey's coming over as the #1 for him has made a world of a difference. Yeah. And I believe that this team, if they can stay healthy, boy, they can benefit from this.
And quarterback play is so crucial in our league. It's so crucial. And Aaron Rodgers, as I said, is the gift from God. And without the gift from God, out of that whole division, it lights it all right back up for everybody. Of course, Philadelphia is happy, Marshall, because they say, hey, we won't have to see him even when we get to the playoffs. But the Vikings, they immediately benefited because they were able to win that game. But, Coach, you threw in a 3-3 team. That means the Cowboys also, who had 3 losses, have a shot now if they can just...
Why did you do that? Why did you do that?
Once Coach threw in a 3-3 team, that put the Cowboys back in the hunt again for this thing. And let me tell you, Cowboys, something. You don't have to see that gift from God that's had put it on you the last couple of times. Get in the playoffs right now and know that Aaron Rodgers won't be there. That's who benefits.
The difference, Mr. Homer, is that the Cowboys won't win that division because his Philadelphia Eagles should. I'm saying the Lions could win. When you win your division, you get a home game in the playoffs. That's a huge advantage, right?
Right. No doubt, man. They won't win the division. Well, I believe Philly's going to win the division too. But if you could just creep in there, you guys just creep in there.
And the guy who has knocked you out 2 times.
He's gone. You ought to be good. He's gone now. And we wish him the best. God bless him and everything. But he's gone. He's gone.
We understand. Michael wasn't at that game last week when we saw what Philadelphia did to the Panthers, another good team in the NFC. But it is an AFC matchup here on Thursday night in Week 7 as Kareem Hunt, he has been a major surprise in the NFL. What a rookie season he has had, and could it continue on Thursday night?
Got my boys back in this thing.
Won't win this fight. I've already hit the low.
Alex Smith wants to throw. Sings it for the end zone. Big play for the Chiefs.
Derek Carr looking like Joe Montana. A beastly touchdown for Marshall. Touchdown!
And Alex Smith fires a dart.
Give it to me again. Pocket rocket.
Rookie Kareem Hunt. The NFL's new phenom.
Raiders.
Kansas City.
After the game, see who stops by the set. Then, our guys recap all the action with highlights and expert analysis.
The offense has arrived tonight
for the touchdown.
The Mazda postgame show, tonight, live on NFL Network.
Get more of the hockey you want with NHL Center Ice. With up to 40 out-of-market games a week, you'll have front row seats to more goals, saves, and hits. All season long, paired with NHL Network, you won't get frozen out. Let the game live where you do. Order NHL Center Ice now. And don't miss another moment of action. Call 1-800-GET-SPORTS.
Is now a good time to refinance?
Yes. Mortgage rates are historically low. The time to refinance your home is right now. Get started at LendingTree.com, the only place you can compare up to 5 real offers side by side for free. Our average customer can significantly lower their monthly bills. Quick, beat the Fed's next rate hike. Do not miss this window. Are you sure you have the best rate? It only takes 3 minutes to find out. Go to LendingTree.com right now.
Welcome back to Oakland. We are here in Raiderville getting ready for Chiefs and Raiders tonight. I got the opportunity to join 17 Hall of Famers and Patriots owner Robert Kraft for Touchdown Israel 2 in June. We got to experience the culture and history of Israel and participated in events with youth football players and fans from Israel. It was an amazing experience, one that educated me but touched me deeply. coming from the 9th Ward in New Orleans, Louisiana, to be in Israel. Unbelievable. And not just to be here, but to be here with some guys who I look up to. I grew up poor. I sold popcorn in the Superdome just to watch y'all play. Because that's the only way I could get in. So to be here and to be friends with y'all and to hear your stories and to have y'all listen to my stories is unbelievable. You know, I came here just a member of the hall, but man, I'm leaving with some special relationships. Now, that's great.
What a perspective.
I'm gonna tell you guys something. If you're not religious and you go to Israel and you get to experience that, unbelievable. But Mr. Kraft and his love for football and willingness to grow the game, he wants to grow the game. And the things that he's doing over in Israel to grow the game, how they have not only leagues for little kids and adults, but they have leagues for women as well. He's doing a great job at growing the game over there. But the spiritual experience that we had, forming the bond that we formed, those other 17 guys and myself, I mean, that trip is going to be remembered forever.
Something you'll never forget. Thanks for sharing it with us. What a great story that was. You know who could use some help from a higher power? The Oakland Raiders right now. The Raiders will have their hands full tonight for sure with one of the best offenses in the NFL. Now to tell us how they're going to do it, here's Cynthia Freeland with Game Theory.
The Raiders defense will have their hands full tonight with one of the best offenses in the NFL. We know Khalil Mack needs to make plays in the passing game, but it'll be his run-stopping skills that will be essential to slowing down the Chiefs. Along with being one of the best pass rushers in the NFL, Mack's run-stopping skills are elite. His stuff percentage is the 7th best in the league. Keep in mind, Mack lines up on the outside, and most players with similar stuff percentages play on the inside. Limiting the impact of Kareem Hunt and the Chiefs' run game is crucial for Mack and the Raiders tonight. The right side of the Chiefs' offensive line is averaging almost 8 yards per attempt. Khalil Mack has spent almost 70% of his snaps on first and second down on that side. It will be largely up to Mack to stop Hunt and the Chiefs' running backs on early downs tonight. If Mack is able to stop the Chiefs' run game and force the Chiefs into long third downs, then my model says the Raiders' chance to win increases from 41 to 48% in this AFC West rivalry.
Time for Courtyard's greatness on the road, and we know how dominant the Chiefs have been in the AFC West, especially over the Raiders. They're 5-0 against them recently. We do know, though, how dominant Khalil Mack can be, but how does he and the Raiders slow down this Chiefs offense, Marshall?
They have to stop the big plays. And that's it. If you look at what they've been going through, they've been giving up a lot of big plays. And guess what? Kansas City Chiefs, they get a lot of big plays. They're having trouble stopping the run. I believe in order to neutralize the running game of the Kansas City Chiefs or the passing game of the Kansas City Chiefs, your quarterback and your running game must be dynamic to eat up the clock to where they feel pressure to have to force the ball down the field. I don't know if this Raiders defense can really stand up against the running game, but if they're going to have a chance, Derek Carr has to put up points.
And Marshall, when you talk big plays, you go macro. I'm going to take it micro and go down on the field and look right at Tyreek Hill going up against John Smith. You have to be careful here. Now, Tyreek Hill last year in this game on Thursday Night Football, hey, he rushed, he caught a touchdown, he returned a punt for a touchdown, and it seems like this right here. Smith, he has problems with guys with a whole bunch of speed. Look at this right here. You know, the Raiders, they used to love to play all this man coverage and everything, and these guys have had pretty good games against him. You have to make sure you give some help to Tyreek, to Sean Smith as he plays Tyreek Hill.
you know, I'm going to go on the other side of the ball, guys, because this big play offense that you're talking about, they can't score any points if they're sitting over there by the Gatorade bottle, okay? So they're going to take a page out of the Pittsburgh Steelers playbook. Last week, the Pittsburgh Steelers ran the football and controlled the clock. And, yeah, we got a runner with the Raiders, too. I want to see Marshawn Lynch tonight with 25-plus touches so they can move the sticks, control the clock, keep the Kansas City Chiefs offense on the sideline, and Derek Carr mix up the big plays when he should. But this guy right here who's dancing, I want to see this Raider Nation dancing tonight because that guy has a busy night.
Having fun, right. Having fun tonight. We need this here. We need it.
We all
I got
need to
my
have
Raiders
fun.
in the
We
Super
need
Bowl.
some beast mode.
The Steelers held the ball for 36 minutes of that game, and as you said, that will definitely need to change for the Chiefs here tonight. And check out who earned the title of Courtyard's Greatness on the Road Player of the Week every week, starting Monday morning on NFL.com/GOTR. All right, we are getting closer to kickoff, about an hour away, as Marshawn Lynch is talking to Kareem Hunt and Marcus Peters. I wonder if he's saying, I'm going to run all over you guys at home. This is my hometown of Oakland, California, home of Thursday Night Football, as the Raiders and the Chiefs square off tonight.
Chiefs and Raiders, Thursday Night Football. You already know what's going down, man. Raiders, Chiefs finally meet. Thursday night, grab a seat. Watch Kareem Hunt shake them like his skates on their feet. Alex Smith bring the heat. Ain't no controlling that man. Intercepting his pass just might put a hole in your hand. And of course, straight out of Oakland for sure. It's beast mode to the core. That's him that's shaking his dreads, dancing right after he score. Derek Carr throwing bombs. Khalil Mack on the line. It ain't no need to remind the Chiefs and Raiders, it's time.
Good Morning Football Weekend.
Let's go!
We're bringing the NFL to Saturday to get you ready for all of Sunday's action.
We have so many games you have to talk about. Come on in.
Good Morning Football Weekend, Saturday at 10, only on NFL Network.
Sunday at 7, Tom Brady's mom reveals how her fighting spirit helped her son keep the faith.
I was always trying to stay strong. For Tommy, it would give him extra motivation to win this game.
NFL Game Day morning, Sunday at 7, live on NFL Network.
Oakland Coliseum, home of Thursday Night Football, as we kick off Week 7 in the NFL with an AFC West rivalry. It's the Chiefs and the Raiders on Thursday night.
6 weeks have shown no team is unbeatable.
The Chiefs are going to see their undefeated season fall.
And when rivalries ignite, records go out the window. Tonight, a chance to bounce back and a battle for survival in the wild AFC West. Chiefs, Raiders. Week 7 starts now. To TNF GameDay, presented by KFC.
Alex Smith has taken the field here at Oakland Coliseum. His passer rating is the best in the NFL as his Chiefs look to improve to 6-1, taking on Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. Derek Carr in his second game back after missing Week 5 with a back injury, looking to get his Raiders back on track. And we are in Raiderville outside of Oakland Coliseum, one of the best fan bases in the entire NFL. Welcome into the Bay Area, everyone. I'm Amber Theo Harris, along with my Hall of Famers, Marshall Faulk and Michael Irvin and Steve Mariucci, whose house is just a stone throw across the bay here in the San Francisco area. You're not in Oakland. You just got to go across the bridge.
Over there.
Just a little bit further away.
If you take a boat, but take the highway, it takes an hour.
All right, we'll discuss many routes coming up a little bit later, but in the NFL, this is a huge way to kick off Week 7 in AFC West rivalry, and the Chiefs are coming off their first loss of the season 4 days ago. They sit atop the AFC West. The Raiders, having already lost to both the Broncos Broncos and the Chargers, they need a win tonight to snap their 4-game losing streak and avoid starting 0-3 in the division. For more on the Raiders, let's send things down to Tracy Wolfson, who will be part of tonight's broadcast team with Jim Nantz and Tony Romo. Tracy.
Thanks a lot, Amber. Linebacker depth an issue for this Oakland Raiders team, and that's why they went out and they signed Navarro Bowman, who the 49ers released this week. And so he's had just 2 days of practice, but still he will be active, and there's a very good chance he's going to start tonight, and that's because they're dealing with a lot of injuries at that position as well. As Markel Lee, he's out with an ankle injury. There's a very good chance Corey James does not play with a knee injury. Nick Morrow dealing with an ankle. He will play, but still, having Navarro Bowman out there is huge, not only because of what he can do on the field, but his leadership as well, off the field and in the locker room. Talking with Jack Del Rio, he said that Bowman has just provided so much in just 2 days, and these players have already been asking him advice and tips. As for the Kansas City Chiefs, well, they went out and re-signed C.J. Spiller for the 4th time this season, and that's because running back Charkandrick West is out with a concussion. And I spoke with Andy Reid this week, and he said C.J. Spiller, he knows the offense, he has retained it well, so they are comfortable putting him out there tonight if they need him. Amber?
Thanks, Tracy. And speaking of running backs, despite the addition of Marshawn Lynch, the Raiders offense has taken a big step back through 6 weeks. The offensive output is down across the board in both the passing and running game. The same can't be said for the Chiefs, whose offense has improved in all areas, thanks in part to the addition of rookie Kareem Hunt. And Andy Reid's offenses were known for being a little bit more conservative, guys, but something has changed this past year. I ask you, Mooch, how has the Chiefs' offense become so dynamic out of nowhere?
I know. I remember back when Andy Reid and I both coached for the Green Bay Packers. We shared an office, and we learned the West Coast offense. Well, when I watch the Chiefs play, I don't recognize this stuff anymore because this jet sweep package, I don't know where Andy got it from, college or whatever. You got the guy running across, and it's misdirection, and you throw a shovel pass to Travis Kelce, and then you run the zone read, and you run play action, and you do just about everything from under the center, from in the shotgun. It is a very versatile offense, hard to defend, and you know what, guys? It's fun to run.
Fun,
these guys love this offense.
It is fun. It is fun.
And when I look at it, I think about Matt Nagy, the offensive coordinator, with the speed that they added to this offense. If you want to be dynamic, guess what you do? You get faster. That used to be the Raiders' recipe. We're going to be faster than you. We're going to out-physical you. And then we're going to be even more faster than you. And that's what they want to do. When I look at this offense, all the explosive plays that they have, they can score from anywhere on the football field. And Andy Reid, an old dink and dunk guy, now forces you to back up so he can, guess what, dink and dunk.
Yeah, you talk about that speed, Marshall, so you're saying he's out-Raidering the Raiders.
Yes.
And he's also stealing from those guys that play right there, the Golden State Warriors, who play small ball but shoot long threes. He has Kareem Hunt at 5'10", Tyreek Hill at 5'10". Small ball, but boy, they go big upfield and make big plays. It's brilliant. It really is brilliant what Andy Reid has done and revamping and revitalizing this offense.
I didn't know you were a basketball fan, Mike.
I'm a huge basketball fan, Coach. A huge
You've never seen him play?
Marshall's trying to say I was great at basketball.
He was a dink and dunk kind of a guy. So
I was a dunker. Not much dunk.
He would have fit in.
A lot of dink. Not much dunk.
What do you mean, man? I've dunked plenty of times, man.
Well, either way you look at it, it's clear that the Raiders defense is going to have its hands full tonight, and they'll have to rely on the defending Defensive Player of the Year more than ever.
I love you guys, man. This is what I do. I do this for a living. There you go. You asked for it.
Receivers left. There's pressure from Khalil Mack.
Look out from behind. The ball comes loose. McCown is devoured. Guess who? The Mack attack.
Ball got hit from behind. And it was a Mack truckling.
Despite a small school pedigree, Khalil Mack was the 5th overall pick in 2014, and 2.5 seasons later, only Chandler Jones has more sacks. Mack finished last season with 11 en route to Defensive Player of the Year honors, and he's averaging a sack a game in his last 4 games against Kansas City. Now, there are a couple defensive-minded guys inside the stadium that I'm sure would have loved to coach and play with that guy, Coach Coward. Dion, what kind of impact do you expect from Khalil Mack tonight?
You know, Amber, you guys are great talking about that offense, because you look at the Andy Reid prime at the jet sweep with all the motions and shifts. And then we talked about earlier, we got from Tracy Wilson, their situation, the inside linebacker. It may be a blessing that they've had these injuries, because I think what you do tonight is you go simple against this offense, prime. And that may open it up for Khalil Mack. You know, keep the thing simple, because you know what? He's got a good supporting crew on that defensive front line. Mario Edwards Jr., Eddie Vanderdoss is giving those guys, like him a lot. And so I think the biggest thing they can do with the linebackers is keep it simple against this offense. Let them do the motion. Let them do all the shifting and everything. Navarro Bowman has been here before. He gives them some leadership. And like I said, even though the injuries have been there, it may be a blessing, because they force them to reduce their package and let them just play.
Coach, do we really think a team that a guy, Navarro Bowman, was just picked up off waivers and signed, and he's starting, are going to stop the #2 offense in the league? Now, when you pick somebody up off waivers and they're starting, does that signify you got problems, man? And we're taking for granted this Andy Reid offense. These guys are really good. Let's forget about the Pittsburgh game. That happens in football. Coach, you've been coaching a long time. Yeah. That happens in football. No, but this team still is probably the premier team in the NFL, in spite of the one loss last week.
Are you going to stop them? No. Are you going to slow them down? That's what you're trying to do. And it also goes on the other side of the ball. We talked about earlier, Marshawn Lynch had the gas mask on. I hope it's because he plans on getting a lot of touches tonight. Run the football, simplify it on defense, and let's see if we have a football game here tonight, Amber. I think they got a good chance, because you know what? They're desperate.
But we're going to see who you pick then, okay?
It will be a tough one. The Kansas City Chiefs, a dynamic offense, in part because of that man right there, Travis Kelce, one of the best tight ends on the year. 2 touchdowns for the Kansas City Chiefs as they take on the Raiders. Play against the experts in the weekly Pick'em game presented by Lexus. Go to NFL.com/Pick'em and see if you know more than the pros.
Coming up on TNF GameDay, it's desperation mode for Derek Carr and the Raiders as their division rivals come to town. Is a 5th straight loss more than Oakland can overcome? Meanwhile, from the ground up,
the NFL's new phenom!
The Chiefs have built one of the best rosters in the NFL. We examine Andy Reid's Kansas City masterpiece as TNF GameDay, presented by KFC, rolls on.
Thursday night football. It's Dolphins. It's Ravens.
All you gotta do is your part.
It's prime time. That's crazy. Jay Ajayi and Miami believe they're on the rise.
Unleash the beast.
But Baltimore is ready to make their move in the tight AFC North.
And he will not be touched.
Dolphins. Ravens. Thursday night football. When it's on, it's on. Next Thursday at 8 on NFL Network, CBS, and streaming on Amazon Prime Video.
Get your game day started Sunday at 7 a.m. with NFL Game Day Morning.
Look at that high kick.
The Falcons head to Foxborough for a Super Bowl rematch. With both teams struggling this season, our guys will let you know why it's way too early to count either one out.
Rodgers is writhing in pain.
Brett Hundley is the next man up. Our Hall of Fame QB Kurt Warner has been there before, and he'll explain exactly what Hundley has to do to succeed against the Saints. Plus, the Cowboys and Niners renew a classic NFC rivalry. Michael Irvin will let you know if a trip to San Francisco could result in a Texas-sized trap game. It all starts Sunday at 7. Then at 9, it's Rich, Mooch, and Hall of Famers Marshall, Kurt, and Michael taking you right up to kickoff.
Derek Carr on the field looking to bounce back after a tough week 6 against the Chargers. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Certainly, the Raiders will need a resurgence from Derek Carr tonight.
Hey, that thing's coming. Coop, that ball's coming. Be ready, bro. Run this thing right on the 5-yard line.
Derek's looking left, throws. Jalen Richard, a couple of blocks. Touchdown!
Yeah, man! Boom! Come back. I was playing Madden back there. Come back. We got to finish.
Throws. Seth Roberts has got it, and they have the two-point conversion.
Time to talk about who's in the comfort zone, presented by Wrangler, and it is very tough to get comfortable when you're dealing with a back injury. He's 2 weeks back from missing a game, but how much does Derek Carr get comfortable tonight?
Well, just think about it. He's recovered from a broken foot and ankle, and he's got a bad back with a broken transverse process. So to play offense, I don't think you can put him on the perimeter and run around a lot with this guy. I think you got to throw the ball quickly, get it out. A little bit like Aaron Rodgers did when he was playing with 4 guards across the board. Get the ball out to protect him. Also, we talked about earlier running the football with Marshawn Lynch. He needs 20 to 25 touches tonight. But you got to have the chunk plays to score enough points to outscore the Kansas City Chiefs. The chunk plays, the throws down the field. Here's a red zone throw. Marshall, it's one of my favorite plays. It's called two-jet all go. It's in the red zone. Derek Carr goes back. He reads the free safety. If he turns his hips to the middle of the field, you're going to throw it up the seam. You got to get a release on the intermediate guy right there, Michael. Throw it up over the top of the shoulder. Touchdown to Seth Roberts. Chunk plays are what we need. How about this one? You got blitz. He knows it. He resets the protection, and he says, here they come. That's okay. I know where I'm going with the ball. Let's protect this and get the ball out. All right, here comes the nickel by off the top. Here he comes. You know, you got Michael Crabtree in the red zone here on the out-breaking route. It's a 23-yard touchdown. Get the ball to Crabtree. And you know what? We talk a lot about Amari Cooper. This is pre-jet flanker drive with X shallow cross. Oh, yeah, it's a pick route. I'm just telling you what it is. All right, so we're going to come across here, get the ball out. You can throw the ball quickly if it's against blitz. This protects the quarterback, and we got to get Amari Cooper active in this game. He had 2 big plays called back last week. Get the ball, let him run against man coverage because he can do damage. He's got to start contributing more to this offense, guys.
Most of those plays that you just showed right there are plays that happen early in game. And when the defense makes an adjustment, you have to then make an adjustment. And I'm just going to go ahead and call a Raider. Jack Del Rio made a decision and let Bill Musgrave go, offensive coordinator. And now Todd Downing is your offensive coordinator. First time calling plays. I feel like there's a lack of continuity. They're not as innovative as they were last year. And obviously we know the stats are saying they're not as good. He has to put Derek Carr and his playmakers in better situations so they can make better plays. As an offensive coordinator, it's your job to design plays after the other team make adjustments and get your team in a better situation to win. I think right now, Derek Carr, there's a lot going on the field. Obviously, he can't do as much as he could, but I believe that they have enough talent that they should be scoring more points, putting up more yards, and being more of a deep threat offense.
Sunday, when you guys all took the Raiders over the Chargers and I took the Chargers, is because I knew what this dude was going through. I've had that transverse process, that little bone, man, and I'm telling you, it hurts so much. I'm amazed. Just amazed he even played that game. That tells you how tough he is and his commitment to his team. Because trust me, it's so much pain to go through this injury. And he showed up. Just by having another week, I'm expecting him to play better. But also, Coach, you mentioned it, we got to get Amari Cooper going. We have to get him going. And not necessarily going on all the big plays. We need him going on short plays that he's making big plays and give them the confidence. This is desperation. And they all have to show up right now, tonight.
Everybody, beast mode included as well with that 27th ranked rushing attack in the NFL. Well, we know that the Raiders are on a 4-game losing streak, but with every single loss, history suggests their chances of making the playoffs gets tougher. 30 teams have lost 4 games in a row during the course of the season and made the playoffs, but only 5 teams have lost 5 in a row during the season and made the playoffs. Now, it goes without saying, tonight is as big as it gets in a Week 7 game. And Marshall, if you want to join the conversation anytime you would feel comfortable, he had to.
I was stuck. I was stuck. Are
you okay?
I was stuck. I'm good now.
You feeling? Are you in the comfort zone? That's what I'm trying to ask you. Are you in the comfort zone now?
I was uncomfortable. I'm trying to get in the comfort zone.
So what is at stake for the Raiders tonight, Michael?
Honestly, simply everything. You know, Amber, I heard you talk earlier about teams with 4 losses, 30 of them have made the playoffs. Teams with 5 losses, I guess, how many? 5 of them have made the playoffs, whatever that is.
Only 5 teams.
It doesn't matter. At the genesis of this season, this team was not talking about making the playoff. I picked them. I'm sure everybody in the locker room picked them to get to a Super Bowl. This is about getting to a Super Bowl, and they have to start it tonight. Everything is on the line. No way they can lose this game because no team with 5 straight losses has ever made it to a Super Bowl.
Think about this, guys. Both of these teams were 12-4 last year. Both of these teams were really good playoff teams, all right? Well, because of injuries or whatever that is, here we are. Tale of 2 stories. You got the Chiefs, who, you know, they are what we expected to be a contender. We thought Oakland was. Well, injuries and inconsistent play, whatever the reasons, you lose 5 games in a row, and I'm worried about their psyche. I'm worried about their confidence level. You know, the good news is, hey, if they can beat the Chiefs at home, they've done it before. We had a game here in 2014, right? Amber, the Raiders were 0-10, and they beat the Chiefs right here, man. Throw the records out. The Raiders can win this game.
Boy, they were celebrating.
Oh, boy. And then you have in the division.
It has not happened often, even though it's happened before, and that's the problem right now.
It's just ironic that when you're the team with the worst record, you always want to throw the records out. And the Raiders
in 2014.
And the Raiders would love to throw the records out, but we can't. You are what you are. What's at stake is them having an opportunity to win the West. Them losing to 2 teams now in the West. They have to get back on track in this game. If you lose this game, there's no getting back on track. I actually think of this, Mike. If you lose this game, do you then take care of your franchise quarterback and start to rest him because your opportunity of making the playoffs are slim. They are slim.
But the Raiders have something to hold on to. They can point to each game and say, okay, this is why we lost. Well, Derek Carr was not here. And they can say all season, right now, Amari Cooper hasn't been healthy. So right now, in that locker room, what those guys are saying is, we need to get it. We just have to put it all together, and we can get this victory.
I'm only questioning Derek Carr's health. If he's not 100% and you're 2-5, do you run him up? Yes. Do you run him out there?
Yeah, fight on. You know what, guys? The 2 home teams in this division, Raiders host the Chiefs tonight, and the Chargers host the Broncos. If the 2 and 4 teams can win at home, this division is up for grabs again.
All back open again. And that's what they're saying, Marshall. This guy is the catalyst for this football team.
I'm not talking about this game. I'm talking about what's next if they lose tonight. I'm talking about what we're seeing in Indianapolis. They probably should have rested Andrew Luck when he was hurt, and now you miss him for another season.
And they have to know all of this, and that's what must bring out the desperation. We saw what desperation did this past Sunday. Desperation for the Giants. They won a game. Desperation for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They won games that nobody expected them to win.
So you're saying Cleveland wasn't desperate?
Oh, no, Cleveland ain't got no pressure on them. Nobody's desperate in Cleveland. It's desperation in those other places.
I had to ask.
Something has to be at stake for you to be desperate, Marshall. Something has to be at stake. There has to be
exactly, and there's a lot at stake.
Something's at stake here.
The AFC West is getting very interesting.
This is going to be a high-scoring game.
Wow.
They're celebrating already? The game is a man.
Raiderville definitely is into it right now. All right, guys, well, since opening night with their convincing win over the defending champion Patriots, the Chiefs have been one of the season's major success stories. And in large measure, their dominance so far this fall can be attributed to a series of savvy springtime moves.
Justin Houston was a 3rd-round pick in 2011.
He's buried, and guess who got him? Justin Houston!
Alex Smith was acquired for 2 second-round picks in March 2013.
Alex Smith keeps it! Tastes the sweet nectar of the end zone!
Travis Kelce was a 3rd-round pick in 2013.
For the end zone, caught by Kelce! Touchdown!
Marcus Peters was taken in the 1st round of the 2015 draft.
Floats a pass near side, picked off Marcus Peters!
Tyreek Hill was drafted in the 5th round in 2016.
The cheetah is loose for 75 yards.
And Kareem Hunt was a 3rd-round pick in this year's draft.
10, 5, good night!
Each move, each piece has been a crucial building block, laying the formidable foundation of a contender.
Nobody has been better homegrown talent and immediate homegrown talent that didn't need much growing for the Kansas City Chiefs. He didn't need water. He didn't need seeds. I mean, he came out in his rookie season, Marshall, and busted out.
Yes, he did. And this kid is really showing out, leading the league in rushing, 630 yards. Yards from scrimmage with 885 yards. He's first. And then runs of 10 yards or more. He's first with 18 runs of 10 yards or more. This kid has bursted onto the scene, and it's funny. You know, that opportunity presented itself, and boy, he really took advantage of it.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you something. This man right here, man, I just love this kid. I spent some time with him up in Hawaii when I was beating everybody as the coach. He was with me and my son, and he talked about becoming one of the best tight ends in the NFL, and he's done that. He's done that. It's Gronk and Travis Kelce right here. This is the man for them. And I love how Andy Reid plays him all over the field. He acknowledges his physical gifts. Put him back there, let him run a little quarterback, run all kinds of options.
Yeah, talk about homegrown. This guy right here, Marcus Peters, he's the 18th overall pick in 2015. And you know what? He's from McClymonds High School in Oakland, right over here, not too far away from the Oakland Coliseum. Since he's been in the league, he leads the league with interceptions, 16. He leads the league with passes defense, 50 of them. And he's been to 2 Pro Bowls, and he's on his way to a 3rd Pro Bowl. Talk about homegrown. Marcus Peters gets the job done at corner.
Well, I'll tell you who's not homegrown. It's Alex Smith, but he certainly could be a candidate for MVP with the way he's playing quarterback. What do we expect to see from him tonight against the Raiders?
Talk about Mr. Consistent. This guy right here. You know what? The Chiefs don't beat themselves. He hasn't thrown an interception yet. He's got 12 touchdowns, no interceptions. Alex Smith is steady Eddie. This guy's an MVP.
Steady Eddie, I like that.
MVP candidate. He's the leader. You know what? He's the pulse of this team right there. And if he has a good night, you better play well to beat this team.
Yeah, man, I tell you, if I'm the Raiders, though, I'm trying to take a page. I know, Marshall, you said it's not about what Pittsburgh did. It's just that team. But the Raiders, they have to be that team. They have to say, I want to make Alex Smith, his MVP candidate, beat me. I'm going to stop this run. I'm not giving up big plays. And I want to see if he's that manager that everybody talks about. And can you manage long drives?
He just has to be better than he was last week. That's it.
If we see more of what we saw in the first 5 games, then certainly this will be a big game for Alex Smith and the Chiefs. So Week 7 is underway with the Raiders, losers of 4 straight, in desperate need of a W, and the Chiefs set to bounce back from their first loss of the 2017 season. We've got every angle covered in the high-stakes divisional matchup, so don't go away. Thursday Night Football, presented by Gillette, is coming up next from Oakland Coliseum.
TNF Game Day is presented by KFC's $10 chicken share. It's finger-licking good. And brought to you by Pepsi, welcoming you to the fun doesn't end zone.
Nothing gets a family's full attention like my freshly prepared chicken. The delicious KFC $20 fill-up with 8 pieces of extra crispy chicken and sides will surely get your kids off their phones. And they may even look at you, their loving parent. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
The new celebration. Can you believe this? It is caught for the win. Once and for all for Sergio. Justin Thomas, PGA champion. Touchdown, Alabama. North Carolina. They're not going to be denied this time.
Tonight from the Golden State, it's one of the NFL's best rivalries. The 5-1 Kansas City Chiefs are here to take on the Oakland Raiders on Thursday Night Football.
Welcome to NFL Thursday Night Kickoff, presented by Gillette. And here's your host, James Brown.
Well, it's not quite Halloween, but Raiders fans are always ready, if you will, to put a scare into the opposing team. Chiefs quarterback Alex Smith comes into tonight having thrown 12 touchdowns and no picks through the first 6 weeks of the season. Equally impressive is his 9-1 career mark against the Raiders. Rookie running back sensation Kareem Hunt he's off to a stellar start. Since his primetime debut against the Super Bowl champions, Hunt has put up MVP-type numbers in his first 6 games. Meanwhile, Raiders quarterback Derek Carr returned to action Sunday after missing 1 game with a back injury. The 2-time Pro Bowler is seeking to lead his squad to a much-needed victory. His running back is Marshawn Lynch. He joined the Raiders after hanging up his cleats and sitting out a year. The hometown hero hopes to return to beast mode against the Chiefs right here in Oaktown. And good evening, everyone, and welcome to Oakland, California, where we have a classic NFL rivalry game on Thursday Night Football. And the guys who will break it down, none better than the winning coach of Super Bowl 40. That will be Bill Cowher. And, of course, the Hall of Famer Deion Sanders. Now, last year, the Raiders lost a total of 4 games during the regular season. They come in tonight, as I mentioned before, with a 4-game losing streak. So the question is it panic time in Oakland, Deion?
You know how in most buildings they have, in case of emergency, you break glass? No one has broken it, but they're mighty, mighty close. The 2 most disappointing teams in the NFL this year is the New York Giants and the Oakland Raiders. 2-4, how do you get 2-4? And if you drop this one tonight, you go to 0-3 in the division. And now just take a glance at what's happening down the street a little bit. You got Week 11, New England, Denver, Kansas City, all playoff teams. The Dallas Cowboys have that potential, and Philadelphia is playing out of their mind. You could go 0-3 in the division, and really you don't have a chance. Marshawn Lynch signed here. He was supposed to be the savior. He was supposed to be the answer. Ain't nothing wrong with Marshawn Lynch, but you can't teach physicality on the offensive line. Now you're all pro. You're all everything receiver. Amari Cooper leads the NFL in drop passes. Mr. Inconsistent at this point. But let me tell you where the problem really lies, Coach. Billy Musgrave was the offensive coordinator a year ago. Now they come in with Todd Downing. He is not getting the job done.
Yeah, there's no question, Prime. I mean, when you look at the Oakland offense, they lack an identity. You're talking about an offense a year ago that was 6 overall, 6 against the run. They're 30th right now, wow. 24th against the run. You may mention a new coordinator, and I agree that plays part of it. But also, as you referenced earlier, this offensive line play has been inconsistent and soft. Go back to Week 3 against the Washington Redskins. Watch this pocket just collapse around Derek Carr. And then the running game, you're seeing one of the best, assembly, one of the best offensive guards in football miss right there with the negative play. Again, you're talking about a team in these 4 games, this 4-game losing streak, averaging only 13 points a game, going up against a dynamic offense. The Kansas City Chiefs were at 29 points a game, led by a quarterback who is red hot. You look at his numbers, he has been all over the place. Number 1 completion percentage, yards per attempt, the highest rated quarterback in the National Football League to date. And he's got Kareem Hunt, he's got Tyreek Hill, and he's got Travis Kelce. You watch these guys play on offense, they are fun to play and fun to watch, Prime, because they play the game fast.
Alex Smith is Mr. Unappreciated. I love this kid. When you talk about Travis Kelce, coach, big, strong, fast, physical, can score from anywhere on the field. He's dominant, and I love everything about him. Alex Smith, 12 touchdowns, no picks. Had not thrown a pick this year, and he's going against a defense that hadn't gotten a pick. Now, how is it possible that you have 183 pass attempts at you, and you have not yet gotten a pick? That's what the Oakland Raiders bring to the table defensively.
Speaking of bringing to the table, you two bring it strong every time. Hoping you can last all the way through the show with that kind of energy. Hey, we know who also has an awful lot of energy. And with that, time now to check in with Amber Theo Harris and our friends from NFL Network outside in Raiderville.
Well, JB, it certainly is a tall order for this 23rd ranked Raiders defense. Amber Theo Harris along with Marshall Faulk, Steve Mariucci, and Michael Irvin. And Marshall, how do they stop the Chiefs?
It's tough, and you know the Chiefs are dynamic, so I say it's an old adage. You trample the run on the way to the quarterback. That's the only way you can handle this offense.
It's a good thing that Navarro Bowman from the San Francisco 49ers is coming over. He should start tonight because he replaces some young rookie linebackers. He's going to give him the veteran experience and get them lined up right and eliminate some big plays.
Eliminate the big plays, that would be a key. And the one way you can't eliminate it is make sure you do not leave Sean Smith alone on Tyreek Hill. He's been known to give up some big plays, and with the guys that can run and run fast, Tyreek Hill is that guy.
Well, if the Raiders can get the home win tonight here in Oakland, boy, will things get interesting in the AFC West. JB.
All right, the fitness guru, that would be Amber. Thank you so much. And folks, we are here in Oakland, California to cover a game But we are also mindful of the devastating wildfires that have torn through Northern California, some just under 50 miles from here at the stadium, leaving more than 40 people dead and dozens still missing. The Oakland Raiders quickly joined relief efforts, pledging a donation of $1 million to the American Red Cross to help fund North Bay fire recovery. First responders have been tirelessly battling the flames, and all of us here at CBS Sports and NFL Network want to take a moment to thank responders for their heroism and bravery. And we'll be back here at Oakland in the Coliseum after this.
Want to stay up to date? Hey Siri, show me the football schedule. NFL Thursday Night Kickoff is sponsored by Gillette, the best a man can get. And by Progressive Insurance, handing off big savings to you.
I'm your Venus.
The smoother the skin, the more comfortable you are in it. So find a Venus Smooth that contours to curves, flexes for comfort, and has a disposable made for you. Skin smoothing Venus razors.
Cam and the Panthers battle the Bears. Then the Bengals take on their AFC North rivals, Big Ben and the Steelers. A huge doubleheader Sunday on CBS.
It's a good night. Let's go out there, man. Let's just make it happen tonight. Yeah, already. Let's go. Let's be great makers tonight, man. Let's go. Chiefs on me. Chiefs on 3. 1, 2, 3. Chiefs. Let's go.
And welcome back to Oakland, folks, where the Chiefs and Raiders are both on the field warming up for what is expected to be a hard-hitting matchup here. But right now, time to take a look back at Week 6's razor-sharp rookies presented by Gillette.
2nd and 8 from the line, 27. Stafford throwing, and it's going to be intercepted. Coming back the other way, Lattimore. He's going to take it to the 5, to the house. Touchdown, Saints.
The give to Fournette. He's got some room to the 30. 35 for Leonard Fournette. Into the open field. Leonard Fournette is going to go the distance. Here comes Deshaun Watson. Watson to the end zone. Caught.
That's 3 touchdown passes for Deshaun Watson. I can get used to this.
I'm enjoying this process. I'm enjoying the journey, taking it one step at a time.
Well, speaking of rookies, Kansas City's 3rd-round pick, running back Kareem Hunt, posted his 6th straight game with 100 or more scrimmage yards. And while the Chiefs boast the NFL's 4th-ranked rushing offense, their run defense is only 27th. And on Sunday, they experienced a case of, if you will, deja vu when Le'Veon Bell rushed for over 170 yards once again while handing the Chiefs their first loss of the season. It was in last season's divisional playoff game that Bell also had a huge game. So the question is, are the Chiefs as good as their 5-1 record indicates they are?
Oh, they are, JB. I think when you talk about them, they're an offensive football team that takes the ball away on defense. But hey, hint, when you look at it from the Raiders' standpoint, look at those numbers. They do give up yards against the run. And we just talked about this earlier with Marshawn Lynch. Bob Sutton is one of those guys, kind of a bend but don't break. They got Benny Logan this offseason to try to shore up that run game. They came from Philadelphia as a nose guard. They also got Derrick Johnson. They lost Eric Berry early in the season, the first game of the season, and Derrick Johnson is really the glue of that defense. He's a kind of quarterback, but they got some other playmakers on that team as well.
You know, I talked to Emmett Thomas, Hall of Fame defensive back coach, and Al Harris. He says this team is one of the best, the most talented teams he's ever coached, featuring Justin Houston. You may not know his name, but I'm going to tell you his game. Justin Houston. You heard of J.J. Watt, Von Miller, even Khalil Mack, but Justin Houston, 50 sacks in the last 49 games. That is phenomenal. Then on the back end, you have Marcus Peters, a premier defensive back. No, he don't flip sides, but if you go in that left corner, baby, he ain't having it. 16 interceptions since 2015, the most in the NFL. But the problem is, Coach, these guys are undisciplined. They are so undisciplined. It's no way you can have that type of talent and that type of coaching and have the 29th ranked defense. That's ignorant.
Dusting off an impressive name in Emmett Thomas. You're absolutely correct about that one. All right, folks, the Chiefs come into tonight having controlled the Raiders in their last 5 meetings, but some things weren't meant to be controlled. And that sounds like a line from a movie. Well, it should. Check out this preview of Geostorm from our friends at Warner Brothers.
IMAX 3D.
Well, admittedly, I don't get out very often, but it's piqued my interest. All right, folks, Geostorm in theaters tomorrow. And we'll return here to Oakland with more after this. CBS.
4 years off the team, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. My Chiefs family gave me an overwhelming amount of support.
When they decided to do pink, after that caught on, I think it's really important because people now identify with that.
Not just being at breast cancer, but for all cancer, man, that's huge.
You know, through awareness, knowledge, research, I think that we can all attack this together.
Monday. Has Penny put a spell on Sheldon?
You need to sit down and let me pamper you.
What did you do? Are you a witch? A new Big Bang Theory. Then shake a leg.
Don't shake your leg, Dad. Who knows what'll fall out?
Get ready for a wild boys' night out.
Oh, God, here come the meat sweats.
A new 9JKL right after a new Big Bang Theory, CBS Monday.
And welcome back to our Thursday night football telecast here in Oakland, home to some of the most passionate fans in the league. Over the years, the legendary Silver and Black had many recognizable characters both on and off the field, but none more visible than superfan Wayne Mabry.
Game day is my most important day on my calendar. Game day. This year marks 47 years of following that shield. And until they put me away, I will still follow that shield from hell to high water.
1,000 years go by, but love don't die.
Our drive is usually 6.5 hours, and that's on a good day.
If I know one thing that's true, it's that I'm never leaving you. Love don't die.
It's a release, treatment for my mind, body, spirit, whatever you want to categorize it as. It keeps me sane. So for 20 years, I've basically been driving from the LA area to Oakland to get my treatments. When the team leaves Oakland and moves to Vegas, I'll be there. Such is life, it moves forward, with you or without you.
If there is one thing that's true, it's not what I say, it's what I do.
Passion is almost like nuclear energy. You can't corral it. You can't manufacture passion. Passion is a gift. Go to the hole. That's passion, baby.
Love don't die.
It's not going to be the Las Vegas Raiders. It was never the LA Raiders. And it's now not the Oakland Raiders. We are the Raiders. Period.
When you say commitment, are you really saying commitment, or are you just spelling out the word? You got to give some blood, sweat, and tears for commitment to actually take place.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
We have countless Raider fans saying, I'm a Raider fan, that's all there is to it.
I'll be a Raider fan for my life and into the next life. End of story.
Phenomenal. I absolutely love it. You know that's somebody's daddy, right? I just wanted to clear that up. Also, I've always wanted, even when I played baseball in the major leagues and football professionally, what makes a fan want to come out here and boo you or heckle you or ridicule you? That's a real fan. That's not that I was curious about. And I wish I could get up there and go get to know him a little better. Where's Coach?
I got you, baby. I'm up here right now. I never thought I'd find myself here. Questionable decision on my take. True. Passion personified right here. One of the best fan bases around the country. I've ever come in here. When you look up, you see Mr. Violator and Mrs. Violator right here. You know you are in Raider country, baby. I got to tell you something. You can feel the energy. You feel the passion. And right now, you know you're in Raider land. Look out, Kansas City Chiefs tonight.
Mr. Mabry he referenced that section in heaven. I wonder what that's going to look like, a Raider section in heaven. All right, folks, in March, the NFL approved the move of the Oakland Raiders to Las Vegas, Nevada. The Raiders will play in an aesthetically pleasing state-of-the-art complex on the south end of the Vegas Strip. As of now, the team is expected expected to remain here in Oakland through at least the 2018 season. All right, back here with more after this.
NFL Thursday Night Kickoff is sponsored by Gillette, the best a man can get. Corona Extra, who invites you to find your beach. And by KFC, it's finger licking good.
And welcome back, folks. And there's no question that much of the offseason draft talk focused on first-round, high-profile quarterbacks and running backs. But the Chiefs traded up to steal a player in the third round who now has them in the hunt for a Super Bowl title.
Everybody knows you look good, you play good. You play great, and you just might get into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Ain't that right, Prime Time? But what if you're a rookie, and it's only week 7? Shouldn't rookies have a Hall of Fame for 6 weeks of balling at the highest level of ballability? Well, now they do. Welcome to the Pro Football Hall of Game.
For rookies through week 6.
And let me introduce you to our one and only member, Kareem A.J. Hunt. Yeah, you know the 86th pick from this year's NFL Draft. Yes, the Toledo guy that ran like a rocket all over the Super Bowl champions in week 1 for the most yards ever by a player in his first game. 246 scrimmage yards. What? And my man is still running. He's the first ever to rack up over 100 scrimmage yards in each of his first 6 games. And the first player to have a 50-plus yard touchdown in each of his first 3 games. And so far, he's got more yards than this Falcon, this Steeler, and even this Cowboy. Yee-haw! And I think he's just warming up. He leads the league in rushing. He's first in yards per game, first in total yards from scrimmage, first in all-purpose yards. And if you got him first in fantasy, I know you're moonwalking to work on Mondays, baby. And if he keeps it rolling, he'll pass this guy, and his very own hero, this guy, in the rookie record book. And those dudes, they are all in the real Hall of Fame. So, on behalf of the Hall of Game, we welcome the Kareem of the crop, Kareem Hunt.
You know, normally I never second-guess myself. Right. But earlier this week on 21st and Prime, I said that Leonard Fournette is the Rookie of the Year. And right after the show, I had to really rethink that thing. Because this kid catch the ball out of the backfield. He's picking up blocks. He's running successfully. He is phenomenal, and he didn't have the expectation. So he's doing things that we didn't even expect him to do for this team.
Amazing balance, deceptive speed, great power. And the amazing thing about all that, college and pro, he's only had 1 fumble. There's Tyreek Hill, one of the fastest guys in the field tonight. Remember, King, the punter from Oakland, is going to try to kick to him. He's already had 1 punt return this year for a touchdown. He returned 1 last year for a touchdown.
You know who Marcus Peters is, but this is the guy on the other side. Leads the team with 32 tackles, 2 interceptions on the season, 9 passes defense. He will have a say in the outcome of this game today because he will be tested.
And there's Michael Crabtree, the #1 receiver for Derek Carr. He's got 5 touchdowns in the last 4 games. Look for him to be a big-time player tonight.
I'm about to go on the field right now and ask this guy, what is really going on? 39 targets this season, only 18 receptions. Something's wrong. 146 yards in, no TDs since week 1. That is not indicative of the type of player that he should be.
On 21st and Prime, your expression is, if you're balling,
you get the call.
All right, we'll step aside. Back with more after this.
Let's go! Let's go! Who's ready to start the show? Let's go! Kansas City, let's go! Let's go!
Thank you for watching NFL Thursday Night Kickoff, presented by Gillette.
Tonight, football starts here in the Bay Area. It's the AFC's best Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Oakland Raiders, 2 AFC West rivals who are ready to light the night up.
Thursday night, sun's going down. It's what you feel when you light this down. The skies will open, stars will shine bright. We won't forget what happens tonight. I'll go left, you'll go right. We will meet in the end. I know that you tonight.
to NFL Thursday Night Kickoff, presented by Progressive Insurance.
Well, some of the most colorful fans in the league are right here in Oakland, and their cheers will be sorely needed tonight as their Raiders face the Kansas City Chiefs. Oakland quarterback Derek Carr has defeated the Chiefs once before on Thursday Night Football, but has since lost 5 straight to KC. Tonight, Carr is hoping to regain some of last season's Raider magic, which catapulted his squad into the playoffs. Running back Marshawn Lynch comes into the game leading the league with 53 rushing touchdowns since 2011. That's pretty remarkable since he sat out all of last season. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, quarterback Alex Smith is ranked 3rd in the league in passing yards, and he's off to his best start ever with 12 touches and no picks. The 86th overall pick in the draft, Kareem Hunt. He leads the league in scrimmage yards and is the first player ever to tally at least 100 yards from scrimmage in each of his last 6 games. And as we take a look at the AFC West standings, the Chiefs right now sit atop the division, Dion and Coach. Meanwhile, the Raiders, who lost only 4 games all of last season, they've lost 4 in a row. And things will not get any easier for Oakland as the Chiefs are currently on a dominant run over the division, winning their last 12 matchups while scoring close to 28 points per game. And hello, everyone. I'm James Brown alongside my guys, the excellent ones, Bill Cowher, Super Bowl winning coach, Super Bowl 40, and the Hall of Famer, one of the best 75 ever to play the game, that being Deion Sanders. Despite the loss to the Steelers on Sunday, the question is, do the Chiefs have the pieces in place to make a Super Bowl run?
Well, listen, the Steelers are the kryptonite for the Kansas City Chiefs right now, and that's another question to be answered. But I'll tell you what, when you look at this football team, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, and they add this Kareem Hunt, maybe the Rookie of the Year, this 12-4 team arguably is better, but they're only going to go as far as their quarterback will take him. And arguably, he's off to his best career start. You look at his numbers right now, they are phenomenal. He's got 12 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. But you know what? The question with him is the championship, the ceiling with him. Can he make the big plays in the big games at the critical times? No further than last week against Pittsburgh. Watch this right here. Here's the good Alex Smith. The ability to elude rushers in the pocket, to feel the pressure, and at the same time, look downhill and make plays of improvisation. Right there hitting Kareem Hunt. But here it is, 4th quarter. A blown coverage by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Alex Smith has to hit that pass. He misses it. They get the ball back with a chance to win the game. Again, the last possession. The in cut. You anticipate this throw. There's nobody in the middle. And right now, again, another missed throw. We keep going back to it right now. He's 33 years old, having a career year prime. But the question is, can he get them to a championship game? He'll get you to the playoffs, but can you win a championship game with Alex Smith?
You put the right pieces around him, Alex Smith, and get you wherever you need to go.
Got the right
but
pieces.
He's not the problem. This defense, 29th ranked defense amongst the NFL. I know you have Justin Houston, and guess what? You got a guy named Marcus Peters at the cornerback position. One of the most profound, prolific cornerbacks in the game today. 2 interceptions, 4 pass defense. The reason those numbers aren't staggering because people really never try him. But this kid can play bump. He can play off. I just wish he gave us the luxury of traveling around. But he's playing against an Oakland Raiders offense that's struggling right now. You talk about an offense that 30th amongst the NFL. Yeah. You got Carr. You got Lynch. The O-line is pathetic. Mari Cooper leads the league in drops, and they're all over the place, led by this first-time offensive coordinator, Todd Downing. How can you expect your team to go to the Super Bowl with a first-time offensive coordinator when you was in position to catapult yourself to the next level, Coach?
And what Todd Downing has to do is find an identity with this football team. He is a first-time coach, and when you look at them, they are struggling. When you look at the numbers from a year ago to where they are now, and my point is, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So I think they got to get back right now. Marshawn Lynch last week had his most carries, 13. We saw him in the pregame. I said to Marshawn, 13 should be enough you have in the first half. They should give this guy the ball 20 to 25 times, a lot like they did last week with Le'Veon Bell when you had a struggling Pittsburgh offense. Get back to the simplistics, play action pass, utilize the outside receivers off of that, but run the football. Derek Carr, 2nd game back, he should be in better shape as well.
Run the wheels off of him, which he'd like to have happen,
he would
right?
Love to have that.
No question about that. All right, folks, time now to check in for a bit more on the Raiders with our colleague, Tracy Wilson. Hello, Tracy.
Hello, JB. Well, you guys were were talking about Todd Downing, the offensive coordinator. I had a chance to speak with him just a little while ago, and he said they are this close to getting to be where they want to be offensively. He said you will see a clear difference offensively from his team going into this game. He also said expect a little bit of no huddle, a little bit more than they did last week. And then as for Derek Carr, he said he certainly was hindered a little bit from that back injury last game, but what he has seen from Derek Carr during the week of practice has been impressive. He expects him to come out and play well. We had a chance to speak with Derek Carr this week. He said he's about 95%. He said he woke up on Monday morning much better than how he felt on Sunday morning. One note for Amari Cooper, I asked Todd Downing about getting him more involved. He said they are expecting to do that tonight. Expect them to move him all over the field, including in the slot, and they will keep him on the opposite side of Marcus Peters. JB?
All right, Tracy.
If the Oakland Raiders do anything but feature Marshawn Lynch and throw the quick game, I'm going to get in my car and drive off and go home.
And the other thing is, Navarro Bowman was picked up Monday. Could be starting for him at inside linebacker. Look for that defensive front to get some push and to stay basic on defense because of that.
Quick timeout.
He's going to take it.
Holy Toledo!
And now I help people find discounts like paperless, multi-car, and safe driver that help them save on their car insurance. Any questions? Yeah?
How do you go to the bathroom?
Great. Any insurance-related questions? Mm-hmm.
Do you have a girlfriend?
I'm actually focusing on my career right now, saving people nearly $600 when they switch. So...
Where's your belly button?
I've got to start booking better gigs.
Well, we are about 15 minutes away from kickoff here in Oakland as we welcome in our friends from NFL Network, a lively group indeed. Of course, Marshall Falk, Steve Mariucci, and Michael Irvin. Question is, who do you like tonight and the score, Mr. Marshall?
Oh, man, I'm going 27-23 Raiders.
Get caught up in
saying that because these guys are right next to you. I'm going to take the Kansas City Chiefs 31-27. It's a high-scoring game, but I think there will be some big plays in this game.
We saw what desperation did on Sunday, and there will be desperation in this stadium tonight. I'm taking Oakland Raiders winning this football game 31-28.
You know what? Desperation speaks loud because I like it too. I'm hoping to get by this first part. This crowd, they're still traveling to get here.
Right.
So weather the storm early, let the crowd take you down. 28-24 Raiders.
Wow, you talk about desperation. I'm talking about inspiration. The Kansas City Chiefs inspire me. They really do. They beat this team the last 5 games. Do you understand that's 2.5 years that they beat these Oakland Raiders? Desperation. It ain't no desperation. I'm going with KC 35-20.
Alex Smith seems to have their number, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Yep.
Coach, we've been right every time we've gone together.
Let me tell you something.
We'll win this.
Hey, y'all ain't been together but 2 times.
And we've been right.
Y'all ain't been together but 2 times.
That's all that we've been right.
You acting like y'all been together for life.
This crowd is going to factor into this game.
There's a lot of life cycles coming to an end tonight.
What you mean the crowd? They're at home.
Streaks.
The crowd should play a role in this game.
I said the win. The win, not just a roll.
Steve Mariucci, the only thing that will complete this evening is if we saw John Madden on the sidelines here as well.
I know. I talked to John yesterday, and he thought he wasn't going to be here. He's certainly watching. He gets here as often as he can. But John's doing a heck of a lot better. He's got his radio show going again. He's doing well.
The best of he in Virginia. All right, folks, that's it for us here in the field. Coach and Dion and I will be back at halftime. Let's send it upstairs to the booth. Jim Nance and Tony Romo.
All right, JB, thank you. We're going to discuss that desperation word a little bit more ourselves as Kansas City gets set to take on the Oakland Raiders here on Thursday Night Football. Hello, friends. Jim Nance, Tony Romo, Tracy Wolfson, Jay Feely. You know all the streaks. The Chiefs have won 5 straight against Oakland, 9 straight on the road, 12 straight inside the division. while for the Raiders, things have gone the other way. After opening with 2 wins, they've dropped now 4 in a row, and at the bottom of this division, 0-2 in the AFC West, looking up at Kansas City. And what we just heard Dion talking about, he didn't believe in desperation, Tony, but I think you do as far as the Raiders go tonight.
You never want to say there's a must-win this early in the year, but when you're 2-4 and you're going against the division opponent who's 5-1, I mean, you need this win. To go 2-5 with the schedule they have ahead of them, it's not looking good. They need this win tonight.
Let's talk about the Chiefs for a moment. Coming off their first loss of the season, Sunday at home against Pittsburgh. Alex Smith, he's been sensational this season. Almost pulled it out in the late going there against Pittsburgh. What have you seen as far as his game this year and the chance to bounce back from that loss 4 days ago?
Well, I think you're going to see a bounce-back game. I mean, in his career, Alex Smith is 9-1 against the Raiders, and a lot of that's schematic. The Raiders love to play man-to-man coverage. The Chiefs, they love to go against man-to-man coverage. So I think you're going to see him have a bounce-back game tonight. He's playing great football this year. You know, he's good.
Well, for the Raiders, what's happened here? We saw him week 1. We saw him week 4. That's when Carr got hurt, an injury you're very familiar with. He came back last week. And, of course, he's carrying the burden of trying to take this team on his shoulders. A lot of people thought the expectations were they might be the best team in the AFC coming into the year. Some thought.
You're exactly right. Expectations is the key word. Derek Carr last year had a great season. He's played great football. Then you get expectations. You become Derek Carr one time. He's facing the most adversity he's had since then. He needs to put this team on his back today and become that guy he was last year.
Tony, let's take a look at the TNF Stars presented by Progressive Insurance. And as far as the Raiders go, you've been looking at the film, and you like what you've seen out of Crabtree, and as always, Khalil Mack.
Yeah, everyone knows how good this offense was last year. The only guy I see right now playing up to that level, if not better, is Michael Crabtree. 5 touchdowns through 5 games. Right now, he's the one guy in that offense that you can't say isn't living up to expectations. And then you got Khalil Mack. Everyone knows how good this guy is. He's the anchor of that defense. He's a matchup nightmare. He will wreck the game if you don't have a game plan for him. They need one today. They need him to play great today.
Tony, on the Kansas City side, the rookie sensation along with the tight end who is so dangerous. Tell me about Hunt first.
Kareem Hunt is in rare air right now. If he gets over 115 yards from scrimmage today, Jim, he'll reach 1,000 in 7 games. The only guy to ever do that to start his career, Eric Dickerson. This is a rare guy. He's fantastic everywhere on the field. Then you got Travis Kelce. He'll move around. He'll be outside. He'll be inside. He's too fast for the safeties, or too big for the safeties, and he's too fast for the linebackers. This guy, you hate to see him in the red zone, too.
It's the 114th regular season edition of Kansas City and Oakland. It's Thursday night football hanging out in the AFC West, and it's coming up next. In Oakland, and we go right down to the sideline to Tracy.
Thanks a lot, Coach. You told us this week you're looking for that spark to reignite your team. What do you need to see from them tonight?
We just want everybody to come out here and bring their why. That's what we want. Why you love this, and let's come out here and have some fun tonight and show the world what we're about.
What do you want to see from Derek Carr specifically?
Just want him to play, be himself, play, progress, be accurate, be the guy he is, be the stud quarterback that he is for us.
Appreciate the time. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Jim?
Okay, Tracy, so Coach Del Rio, bring your why. They're going to have the coin toss, and we're going to come back for the kick when we continue our coverage. Thursday night football straight ahead.
Thank you for watching the NFL Thursday Night Kickoff Show. Presented by Progressive Insurance.
Where are we? About to see Progressive's new Home Quote Explorer, where you can compare multiple quote options online and choose what's right for you. Whoa. Flo and Jamie here to see HQX. Flo and Jamie, request entry. Slovakia. Triceratops. Tapioca. Racquetball. Staccato.
Me llamo Jaime.
Pumpernickel. Pudding.
Hey, guys.
Home Quote Explorer. It's home insurance made easy.
That's what it is. Hey, guys.